Hi, it's Kayla Mays back for another book talk. Today I'm going to be doing a book talk on Who is Dolly Parton, written by True Kelly and illustrated by Stephen Marchese. This book was copywritten in 2014, and I would use it in a 4th grade classroom. This book has 105 pages, and overall, I really love this book. I love the Who Is books. All of them are wonderful. I'd give this book a 4 out of 5. I think the information is great. I think that anybody can really learn a lot from whoever the biography is, specifically this one, Dolly Parton. I think that the pictures are really good. They add to the information that's in the book. And I think it's a really fun way to get introduced to biographies. So I'd like to start with a passage. Who is Dolly Parton? In Knoxville, Tennessee, in 1956, a tiny girl with freckles stood alone and stared in the microphone. She was about to sing on the radio for the first time. She glanced at her Uncle Bill off stage, then looked out into the crowd. She was scared, all of those eyes staring at her. Was a shy 10-year-old little country girl ready for this? There were so many people here, and thousands more would be listening on their radios. It was her dream to do this, but she wanted to run off the stage now. Still, she knew this might be her only chance, and she also knew that her family was counting on her. She took a shaky breath and began to sing. Her voice was thin and wobbly. Slowly it grew stronger and stronger, and soon she was belting out her song. Almost before she finished, the crowd began cheering and clapping. They loved her. They loved her singing, and they wanted more. From that moment, Dolly Parton wanted more too. She wanted to be a star. Dream big, and big things will happen. Those words would guide her throughout her life. Even though she was only 5 feet tall, Dolly stands out in a crowd, with her curvy figure, glittery clothes, and big blonde wigs. Dolly likes how she looks, and she doesn't care what other people think. She always has been true to herself. Her upbeat, down-to-home, honest, and funny personality charms everyone. There is no one else like her. So I think that this book is great if you want to learn more about Dolly Parton. It has her whole life. It's a biography, so it tells you from birth until now, everything you need to know about her, all of the projects she's been a part of. And this is a nonfiction book, so it does have some really great text features also. So you've got your table of contents that outlines what's going to happen, what each chapter is about. You've got maps when they talk about different places, like the Smoky Mountains here. So that really helps you to know where they're talking about. When they mention historical things, they have little insets. There's a whole page here that's the women's movement, so you can learn about the women's movement when they're talking about it in the book. And my favorite part of this whole book, there's timelines in the very back. You've got the timeline of Dolly's life, so you can see what happened at each point in her life at each year. And at the same time, you can see what happened in the world, so you can compare what's happening in her life to what's happening around her. So overall, love this book. I really recommend that you read it. I really recommend you check out this series. They are all fantastic.